I'm Leslie Rhodey. Robert Hadlock is off tonight. The family of this teenager shot and killed by a former Austin police officer could be getting word of a settlement from the city of Austin next week. In May 2009, former officer Leonardo Quintana killed Nathaniel Sanders. Quintana said when he confronted Sanders, who was sleeping in a car, Sanders reached for a gun in his waistband. In a very controversial and public debate, the Austin City Council rejected a settlement with Sanders' family last year. But as KXAN City reporter Reagan Hackelman now explains, things inside City Hall have changed, and that means another vote on a settlement is coming next week.
It's been a little more than 2 years since Nathaniel Sanders was shot and killed by former Austin police officer Leonardo Quintana.
It's been tough. It has really, really been tough on the community, and that we need to reconcile, and that we need to avoid the expense of this litigation.
In November, a federal lawsuit claiming the city of Austin violated Sanders' civil rights is scheduled to go to trial. But some city leaders would rather settle the lawsuit for $750,000 and avoid what they say could be an expensive trial with taxpayers picking up the bill, especially since the judge plans to move the trial outside of Austin.
A settlement does not mean liability. A settlement simply means that you do not wish to incur the risk of trial.
Well, I believe it's going to be perceived as an admission of guilt. There's no question about it.
Sergeant Wayne Vincent, president of Austin's Police Association, says there are still many questions about what exactly happened early in the morning of May 11th, 2009.
When you settle a case such as this, especially when it's been our contention all along and the contention of the investigations that the officer acted appropriately, it's going to leave a cloud on what exactly happened out there.
Last year, the Austin City Council narrowly rejected a settlement, and that left many in Austin's black community upset. Since then, former council member Randy Shade, who voted against the settlement, has been replaced. Her replacement, Kathy Tovo, is co-sponsoring the agenda item to settle the lawsuit.
I feel certain right now that based on new leadership, a new kind of awareness, the city wants to go forward. So I'm pretty certain that on this coming Thursday, that won't be a repeat episode of what happened last time.
And that was Reagan Hackelman reporting for us. Now, this is a story, of course, with a lot of moving pieces. Sanders was shot and killed by Officer Quintana in May of 2009 in East Austin. In August of that same year, a grand jury decided not to press charges against Quintana. In July of last year, in a 4-3 vote, the city council rejected the first settlement of $750,000. A few months later, Officer Quintana was fired from the Austin Police Department after a domestic violence arrest. Council will vote on the second settlement next week.